What's up, everyone? My name is Lucas Hughes, and today I thought I'd bring you something kind of interesting. We all know that there's a lot going on streaming services, but it can be kind of daunting to figure out and find something that is worth watching. So, I'm going to take a little bit of the guesswork out for you. I'm going to give you 5 recommendations from Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, and Prime Video of all things coming during the month of May in 2022. So, with that being said, stick around and let's get to streaming. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with Netflix, and the first thing coming out on May 1st on Netflix that I'd recommend you to watch is 42, the Jackie Robinson story. Chadwick Boseman depicts the late great baseball player Jackie Robinson and all the adversity, the complications, and of course the story of triumph that it took to be the first African-American baseball player to join the major leagues. Tune in to watch Chadwick give an absolutely incredible performance. If you have not seen this movie yet, I highly recommend it. Alright, continue to move right along. Number 2 for Netflix that we have also coming out on the 1st, so yes, this is already streaming, is Den of Thieves. I bet you're wondering, why is an action movie that received subpar reviews on this list? It's simple. It's already got greenlit as a sequel, it is already in production, and this is just a nice, interesting, funny action movie that doesn't take itself too seriously. Grab a bag of popcorn, sit back, and just enjoy the seedy underworld. So if you enjoy those types of movies, this one might be right up your alley. And number 3 on our list is a true crime thriller called Our Father, based on a true story following a group of siblings who are hunting down something that seems a little bit mysterious and a little bit, I don't know, what's the word? Odd. A fertility doctor has been secretly and without the knowledge of his patients inseminating them with using his own sperm. So watch as these siblings, yes, these siblings, he has done this to multiple women, start to unravel this web of lies. This story seems like it's straight out of a Hollywood writer's room, and it's definitely worth a watch. Alright, and number 4 on our list, coming out on May 20th, is Love, Death, and Robots Volume 3. This anthology series follows a variety of stories, all involving robots, some involving love, and some even involving death, in various animation styles brought to you by various directors and storytellers. If you're just interested in a bunch of stories that can be entertaining, make you laugh, make you cry, or make you think about the world in a little bit of a different way, this one might be right for you. With all 3 volumes going to be streaming on May 20th, there is plenty of watch in this series. And with a producer like David Fincher, gotta be interesting, right? And number 5 on our list is the big one that we all know that everybody's been waiting for. On May 27th, Stranger Things Season 4 finally comes out. This season is going to pick up about 6 months after the battle at Starcourt. Our friends are all separated. We're going through new experiences. We're in high school finally. Yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, go ahead and binge all 3 seasons and get ready for Season 4 coming out on May 27th. Alright, continuing to move right along, we're moving our way through HBO Max now, and the first thing coming out on May 1st from HBO Max is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Yeah, it may be one of the few times that this sequel has actually been better than the original. I'm sure that a lot of you have seen this one already, but if you haven't, whew, you're going to enjoy it. Go ahead and tune in for this one on May 1st. My number 2 recommendation for HBO Max coming in the month of May, debuting on May 1st, is the entire Underworld film series. And I know what you're saying, a film series? How can that just be one recommendation? It's easy. The first one is very good, worth the watch by itself. The sequels do tend to get a little bit more ridiculous, but I enjoy vampires, I enjoy werewolves, and I think that having an underground war during modern times and modern society is definitely interesting. Don't take this one too seriously, but go ahead and watch this one if you have not done so previously. And finally, my number 3 recommendation coming to HBO Max on May 5th is a thing called The Staircase, another true crime thriller that follows a man named Michael Peterson as he starts to tell this story about how his wife was found at the bottom of these stairs. Did he do it? Who did it? And what really happened? Tune into this crime thriller on May 5th on HBO to figure out all the juicy details. My number 4 recommendation coming to HBO Max on May 6th is Dear Evan Hansen. Yes, a musical. It won't be the last on this list, so I'm sorry if they're not for you. But I personally enjoyed this musical. Is it as great as the stage production? No, but what really is? So, if you like musicals, you like a heartfelt story, and you just enjoy something that is going to make you feel something, tune in on May 6th to catch Dear Evan Hansen. And finally, debuting on May 12th on HBO Max is my number 5 recommendation, Hacks Season 2. probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated comedies that have come out here recently. A lot of people didn't see season 1, so now's a great time to binge and watch this amazing comedy about two comedians and the relationship they have to build. Taking place in Las Vegas and then leaving and going off into season 2 as they begin to travel the United States to debut this new comedy act. Let's keep this moving right along. We are now into Hulu, and coming out on May 1st, on Hulu is A Beautiful Mind. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen this, but I'm certain a lot of you haven't. Follow the journey of a mathematician as he discovers something amazing early in his career, and then follow as long as he takes a journey of self-discovery. One of the great all-time performances. Definitely check this one out if you haven't done so already. Number 2 on my list, coming out on Hulu on May 1st as well, is Dazed and Confused. Yeah, it's one of the classics. It's one of the original coming-of-age stories, and it gives us some of the most incredible performances from a lot of well-known actors early in their careers. If you haven't seen this one, or you haven't seen it in a while, go ahead and give it a watch. It is always worth the watch, especially if you enjoy a good laugh. My number 3 pick, debuting on Hulu on May 1st, is the entire Resident Evil film franchise. Not the recent reboot that has just recently come out, but the original ones that had debuted. So if you're looking for something a little over the top, a little interesting, yeah, they do get a little long in the tooth as the sequels keep coming out. But with a good bag of popcorn and a nice Coke, this could definitely be worth something watching on a Saturday night. Number 4 on my list, debuting on May 1st as well, is White Men Can't Jump. If you have never seen this comedy, I highly suggest it. It may not be for everyone, but if you enjoyed the good gambling, the good hustling story, all centered around basketball, this one is for you. And with a reboot already in the works, we'll just have to see how that one is. But the original, debuting on May 1st, is definitely worth the watch. And my big recommendation coming out on May 27th on Hulu, it is the debut of Shoresy Season 1. If you're anything like me and you have enjoyed Letterkenny and have found it to be one of the hidden gems, then this one is going to be right up your alley. Featuring the titular character of Shoresy, this centers all around him. So if you enjoyed the smack talk, you enjoyed the laughs, and you enjoyed the ridiculousness that has been Shoresy, get ready to watch him in his own show. Finally, we've made it to Prime Video, and first on my list is another classic. I feel like we've seen this before, but I will always watch it whenever I see it on. Coming out on May 1st is Independence Day. Yes, Independence Day. I don't know what to tell you about this one, except it's just a very entertaining movie. It's got some laughs, it's got a love story in it, and above all else, it's got some aliens. So if you're anything like me that enjoys some good aliens, definitely watch this one. Number 2 coming out on Prime on May 1st is Dodgeball, a comedy movie for you starring Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller. This is just a classic movie. I enjoy this one. I know a lot of people don't, but that's okay. These are my recommendations. You don't have to like them. You don't have to watch them. But if you haven't seen this one before, it is a goofball comedy, basically about a small gym fighting to stay alive against a giant corporate gym. So, if you enjoy those actors, you enjoy laughing, and you enjoy some of the most quotable lines, this one could be for you. And number 3 coming out to Prime on May 1st is, yes, I mentioned another musical, so here's that other musical for you. It is Mamma Mia. Now, I understand, Lucas, musicals aren't my thing. Quit saying to watch these. There's a lot of other stuff on these lists, so feel free to give this one a skip if it's not for you. I, however, love the songs, love the story, and have always found this one very entertaining. So, on May 1st, Mamma Mia will hit Prime Video. And number 4, coming out on May 1st to Prime Video as well, is Field of Dreams. Probably one of the more overlooked movies for a lot of people my age, and I just don't understand why. Yes, this is the second baseball movie. There seems to be a theme on this list. A couple musicals, a couple baseball movies, a couple series. I get it. It may be a little redundant, but this one is an all-time classic. And I know, I keep saying that, but it's true. There are a lot of classics that a lot of people haven't seen, and I think this one some people may have missed. So, if you enjoy baseball, if you enjoy a story about just what it is like to relive your childhood, and what it's like to find something magical, especially out in a cornfield, this one could definitely be worth a watch. And finally, my number 5 recommendation coming to Prime Video this month is, shocker, it's already been out. Yes, I'm actually going to give you something that has been on Prime Video for a while. In fact, for 4 seasons. One of the most underrated shows that I have seen in a while that I keep recommending to people, and they keep saying that they haven't watched it, is The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Taking place in Manhattan in the 1950s, watch this young woman, yes, a woman, trying to become a comedian, something that is unheard of at that time, and her first-time manager as they try to make it big. This one is extremely entertaining, and it is definitely worth the watch. And there we have it, guys. Some streaming recommendations for you. Yes, some are classics. Yes, some are new. And yes, some of them you've probably seen before. But there's nothing wrong with visiting an old classic or discovering something new. So hopefully you've got something new to watch in the month of May. If not, well, keep scrolling. Sorry. But all of these are things that I personally would find enjoyable. So leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. If there's something I left off of this list that you think should have been included, let me know. If not, hey, happy streaming. Be sure to check into my newsletter at Houston Insight on Substack. Subscribe to that to stay up to date, where I'll also have this entire list written down with a little bit of the summaries that I included, and also a small little rating scale. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, feel free to check it out. If not, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.